Thanks for joining us for our Tantrum House crowdfunding conniption. Today we're looking at the game River Valley Glassworks from AllPlay.
And as always, we want to make sure you're aware right at the beginning of our video that our Kickstarter conniption videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows. Today we are looking at a prototype of the game River Valley Glassworks from AllPlay. It's from designers Matt Riddle, Ben Pinchback, and Adam Hill, and it features artwork from Andrew Bosley.
River Valley Glassworks is a lightweight set collection game where you'll be collecting beautiful little pieces of glass from the river. It's for 1 to 5 players, and it plays in about 25 to 45 minutes depending on your player count.
AllPlay was kind enough to send us this prototype copy to check out. We aren't going to share any opinions, but we want you to see how the game plays so you can make an informed decision when it comes to backing the game.
In the game, on your turn, you'll place a piece of glass on a matching section of the river, and then you will take all of the glass from an adjacent space.
These pieces will be placed left to right on your board, with matching colored pieces placed in columns. You will then move your inventory marker up your board.
If you don't like your options, you can spin 2 matching shaped pieces of glass on any section of the river and take the glass from an adjacent space.
The river space will move to the end of the line, and glass will be placed based on the previous tile's stone count, so here too.
If on your turn you are low or run out of glass to spin from your satchel, you may instead draw up glass from the lake and take 4 pieces.
You can only hold 5 glass, so any extra will have to go in the overflow.
If you ever take too many of a color from the river, those also go into the overflow and will be negative points at the end.
Play continues round and around until somebody has 17 glass in their inventory. The round finishes and 1 more round is played before points are tallied.
Players score each row left to right, so here the points are 22, 7, 2, 1, and 0. Then players score their 2 highest columns, and then any negative points, and the player with the most points wins. River Valley Glassworks is coming to Kickstarter soon from AllPlay. We were able to check out this prototype copy of the game. It is a family weight game where you're going to be collecting unique stones from the river, trying to add those to your personal tableau and score the most points.
Yes, on your turn it's very simple. You have 2 choices. You can either spend a stone in the river to collect more for your collection, or you can draw back up what's in your satchel from the lake. So there are some penalties involved though if you aren't careful about what your selection is, because you're going to be filling your board left to right and each column is going to be a different color. So if you take too many purple and now you have a 6th purple and there's only 5 slots, it'll need to go in your overflow section. Also, there are only so many slots of different colors you can have, and if you play a 5th player, there's going to be another color added to the bag, so there are 2 that you will not be able to fit on your own board.
One of the things that you have to keep track of in the game is the rarity of those stones, because it is a whole lot easier to stack up on one color because there's a lot more stones in the bag than to hold on to some of those rarer stones. And then your scoring opportunities are based on, are you able to collect each unique color along the way, as well as how many of each type of color can you collect. And so where you stack those colors, there's a lot of strategy that goes into, I don't want the most common stone in my very first slot because I'm only going to get to score 2 vertical columns, and so I really want to make sure that I score those higher, further along collections, and that's not, it's more difficult than it sounds. I don't know what the word is for that. But it is actually strategy. When you're picking those stones from the river, you have to be very selective.
Yes, you also need to pay attention to which space you place your stone on, because you may leave a spot that has 3 or 4 or more stones for the next player down the line, and so gaining lots of stones will speed up the game because you may hit your inventory sooner rather than later. And so there's some thinking involved behind the scenes that may not be apparent when you first sit down and, oh, you only have 2 choices of what you're going to do on your turn. One other thing is, when you are scoring at the end, you're going to only score your 2 highest columns. If there's a tie, however, you're going to choose the leftmost columns, which are the lower scoring. So you will have to keep that in mind as well when you're selecting stones from the river.
The game plays pretty quickly, which is nice because when you come in to play this game, the first time you play it, you're right, you're not going to get all the strategy levels that are in it. It's the type of game where your strategy is going to grow. The more you play it, it has a little bit of that depth to it.
Yeah, if this looks like something you would be interested in, you can check it out on Kickstarter. Thank you so much to AllPlay for sending us this copy so we can share it with you.
Collect them in a set collection area, place, board. Cool little stone pieces, glass, plastic, I don't know anything. Acrylic, metal, do we know?
I don't know what the final copy is because this is a prototype.
We're currently collecting plastic. Not in a review, so I can't say all the things I like about it.
That is correct.
Can't put that in the outtakes, so people will be mad. I'm talking to you, person who's mad. The artwork of Andrew Bosling has cute little critters running around doing all this, and in the game, I'm going to just repeat myself over and over. It's so hard, I don't have anything special to say.